Hey all, my name is Prashant Mali. I'm into SAP BW4 HANA BPC consultant. Today I'm going to talk on BW4 and HANA performance optimization. Very soon I'm going to come with the BPC and the other stuff. And this is like a performance issues which I have noticed in last 4 years. And I read a few SAP notes and what are the performance and how easy way we can optimize and what are the model level. So here I'm going to present I have taken one of the client example, and here I'm going to present that client what kind of the issues they have faced and how we have optimized that. Probably these might help you uh, to go through it. And very first I'm going to talk about what is the basis team concerns and the client concerns and how we optimize the model, and what are the SAP notes that I referred to. Probably these might help you guys, and the points to be considered before developing any models. So the first slide, when we see the from the basis team, this is before me joining to the project, and here there is a CPU memory and the database kind of huge consumption when the data shift happens. And there is an mail from the basis team pointing out how the performance been impacted to the both systems and S4 and the BW4 systems. So this is the one of the points, like when the extract the data and when we do the reporting on the AOVB and the Power BI kind of reporting. So it is going to be consume a lot of resources on the system side. And there are the client concerns when they run a report, like it took around 56 minutes, and another report which took around 30 plus minutes, another report which they run in the beaver background, though it ran for 50 minutes still running. And these kind of issues, the major kind of issues that I just found, noted down only the few. There are a lot many reports out there with the performance kinds of issues, and the way we could able to optimize for 5 seconds. Now it's running, and whenever we find these kind of issues, what we are going to do is immediately we are going to raise a SAP incident and asking for them their help and their thoughts. And SAP, what they're going to check is very first, like whether the SAP or S4 and BW4 system or HANA system up to mark, whether they have the patches and all the required updated the SAP notes are applied or not. If that is applied, then what is the next step? The next step is how you constructed the models. So example, like this is the one of the example I'm going to take, like one of the clients sent the SAP reviewed all the required documentation and identified there are the poor joints. So uh, after me looking into the report, which is used to run from 8 minutes, where I could able to change the model, which came to 14 seconds. From the 14 second again re-optimize the model, which came to the 5 seconds of running the report for 6 to 1.5 year of data. So the optimized model, the left side where we can see the calculation view, and the next in the middle one is the composite provider, and the right side is the optimized model. So the middle one is the composite provider, is the one which is used for the reporting, and the middle one which is having the calculation view, master data, and the ADSOs. And the left side where we can see the calculation view, the calculation view, one of the calculation view is used in the middle side of the composite provider. And we have optimized the calculation view, and there are multiple calculation views are there and scripted calculation view. So very first what we have done is there are the calculation view changes, identifying the unused objects, and we have identified the cardinalities and joint functionality wherever the aggregation is required or not required aggregation that we have taken off. And when we come to the scripted view, the scripted view where we have taken the nested kind of loops, or so nested select statements, and which are the objects are required, those only objects where we have given for the tables to retrieve the information. And when you come to the composite provider where we the joints cardinal is when we see the old model, the middle one where we see the n is to 1, n is to m, n is to n, lot many places where you can see that, and those are need to be identified and remove that. And where we have taken off the reference info objects which are not used, but where the navigation attribute being used. So how to do the better model what we have done, and this is the one of the right side is the one the better model which could able to run the in 5 seconds. So when we see the complete project, there are around 64 CPs being created, and 41 are good, 23 are the ambiguity. So in that 23 ambiguity models, 83 reports, the daily usage reports are got affected, and total 12 models need to be redesigned from the scratch. So these are the SAP notes that we have followed. The top three, which I am following from a very long time. Okay, so it is better you also to follow the first two notes, and the few of the performance optimized documents which are mentioned here. Okay, and these are the points need to be considered before developing any model. Please remember, these are the important points. Whenever we are going to develop any model, these points are required to keep in our mind. And the scripted views, avoid nested SQLs, and the cardinality of the data sets. Like when you have the cardinality m is to n, it is going to be Cartesian kind of product. And use left outer joins. Always try to use the left outer joins, and specify cardinality in joins like n is to 1 or 1 is to 1. Be specific. Whatever the data you are going to retrieve, that is important. Avoid calculation before aggregation. Use table functions instead of scripted calculation. Execute in SQL engine. Filter the cardinalities of the data set and logical and physical partition. Push high cardinality joins into the lowest level. These are the really important. I'm betting you guys like these are going to help you. Okay, if you have any performance problem. For me, around 60% of the performance optimization is done in these points. Okay, if you have any questions, or if you have really still have any concerns on performance optimization, if you want to have a directly one-to-one, you can reach out to me at bw4guys@gmail.com and sapbw4guys@gmail.com, and have a great day.